This morning, the new Modern Family, perhaps a legal battle is brewing over frozen embryos. Here's the story. Actress Sofia Vergara is facing a lawsuit from her former fiancé. He is trying to stop her from destroying 2 embryos created through in vitro fertilization before the couple split. The embryos, using his sperm and her eggs, were created in 2013. Well, now he wants someone else to carry that baby. He claims the couple had a contract back in 2013 when the embryos were frozen and kept at a Beverly Hills facility. Vergara is now engaged to someone else. So the big question is, does he have a case? And joining us this morning to talk more about it is Whitney Boan. She is a local criminal defense attorney. Great to have you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
All right, so what a bizarre story. What do you think, first of all, of this?
I think that, while this is really sad, I can't sit here and say that I don't feel sorry for him. I think this would set such a bad precedence in the courts if the courts allow him to basically decide unilaterally at this point, I'm going to raise these children over her consent, against her consent. It would be very problematic. None of us want to imagine that our exes would be able to raise our children without our consent, without our involvement, and this could happen. It's frightening.
Sure. How does a judge go about deciding whose property this is? Whose embryo does it belong to?
I mean, technically, I think it really belongs to both of them. I think that that's fair to say.
Okay.
I think that, it would be unfair to say that men don't have reproductive rights as well as women do, in as much as, of course, it doesn't affect a woman's right to exercise control over her own body. But what we're talking about here is a little different. We're not talking about a woman who's already pregnant. She's not pregnant with the children. These are unborn embryos. And while we can get into the whole debate about, is this a life? What does this constitute? I think at the end of the day, her right to say, I don't want these children to exist after we've split up and after, I don't want to have children with you anymore, cancels out probably his rights to say, I want to have these children. Think of the implications down the road.
Right. And it almost seems odd to me. It seems maybe he might be doing this out of spite because she has moved on. She's in a new relationship. I don't know what his relationship status is, but he's saying he wants to have these babies with someone else.
Right.
I can't imagine how this new woman would feel about having the old couple's baby. I mean, the whole thing is just a little wacky.
I don't know if it's unfair because he's a man to say this, but it almost comes off a little bit controlling.
Sure.
And it almost comes off a little bit spiteful, like you said.
Right.
I hope that that's not his intentions, and I do feel for him. This is a difficult situation, and this is modern family law, okay?
Sure, yeah.
Because we need to start being able to contract for these situations, and my understanding is their contract did not cover this situation. It dealt with what happened in the event of death, but not what happened in the event of somebody changing their mind.
Right.
So this is uncharted territory. This is a gray area of the law, but everyone needs to understand it's imperative that you lawyer up before you embark on this new frontier of genetic engineering together.
Right, absolutely. You have to have a clause in there that says, okay, here's what's going to happen if we break up.
Exactly.
Okay, wow, really fascinating. Whitney Boan, thank you so much for coming in and breaking that story down for us. All right, John, back to you.